From WFFF, this is Local 44 Morning Brew.
Good morning and happy Friday. It's May 19th. Welcome to the Local 44 Morning Brew. I'm just a little bit excited.
Yeah.
I'm Amanda Lindquist, joined by Brittany Hibbs and Megan Carpenter. It is Friday.
Yes, we made it.
And
Thank
it
goodness.
is National Pizza Party Day. Oh, even better.
I know.
Yes.
Why were you whispering that? You gotta yell that for the rooftops. National Pizza Party Day.
Woo woo!
It is celebrated every year on the third Friday in May, in case you didn't know that.
I didn't. But there are plenty of ways that you can celebrate, either by going out to your favorite pizza place or even making your own pizza.
Oh, that's my favorite.
Yeah.
Don't want me to do that.
No.
Well,
No cooking for Megan. No cooking over.
well, it's going to be a good day, I think, to make some pizza weather-wise, too.
Okay, perfect. And this hour, we're getting a taste of a show you can see at the Vermont Comedy Club tonight. Your Love, Our Musical is a musical improv show that takes you and your significant other's love story and turns it into a musical.
Cute.
That is pretty cool.
And are you heading to the movies this weekend? Before you do, listen to our critics' review of Their Finest. Julia Swift will be in later this hour for that review.
That looks really good too. I remember seeing the previews for that.
It does look good.
Okay, so lots of fun things to look forward to in this hour, including the weather.
Yeah, it's not going to be the sunniest of days all day long. There are going to be some stubborn clouds, but we should be able to find more sun later on this afternoon once the clouds do clear out. Let's look back at yesterday, though. Some crazy storms, wicked storms, if you will, rolled through yesterday afternoon and yesterday evening. Not everybody, of course, saw the storms, but those that did, there were some whoppers and some big damage left behind from wind and from hail as well. And I've got some of your pictures and videos to share with you. Starting first with what was pretty much the first storm of the day, really impacting South Burlington and Williston. It popped up almost directly over the airport and then continued through Williston with some tree damage. Several large trees down. In my neighborhood alone, we had oak trees and pine trees go down. Loads of hail on the ground. It was all about dime size or less. A few spots did record quarter size hail, though, of course, that and the wind making it an official severe storm. So more tree damage to show you. This is at Veterans Memorial Park in Burlington on Dorset Street. More trees down along Dorset Street. This video taken in Williston by Buffy of that crazy wind blowing through. So thank you so much, Buffy, for sharing that. But of course, South Burlington and Williston, not the only places dealt with severe storms. Barton, Vermont, got a trailer down and also trees down, blocking a train. Even more devastating damage in Addison, which we'll tell you a little bit more about later. But for now, back to you guys.
And in business matters, biotech in Winooski is celebrating the completion of a newly expanded facility.
The company makes cell imagers, incubators, and other life science equipment. Half of the products made are exported, but all of them are made in Vermont. Yesterday, the company had an unveiling ceremony. Biotech started with one man in Winooski in the same facility as yesterday's event. The vice president of the company says it's about helping people unlock the secrets of life.
Our imagers, for example, allow our customers to actually see the cell biology in action. You can watch the cytotoxic T cells go to the cancer and either destroy it or perhaps get turned off by the cancer because of some defective mechanism in the cell.
Governor Phil Scott was unable to attend the event. The center released saying biotech exports products, not jobs.
In education matters, Burlington leaders are giving the city's low-income families better access to childcare. 85% of Queen City families do not have access to that. Yesterday, the city and partners introduced the Early Learning Initiative. Officials will invest $500,000 each year into childcare programs, which opens up more slots for children from birth to 3 years old. And leaders say that's the most crucial time.
You're literally creating the foundation of the rest of your life in these years. And it's not just cognitive development, reading and writing, it's also social and emotional development, it's health development. You're literally setting yourself up to not have chronic disease. You are literally setting yourself up to not need extra supports in K through 12.
Now to health matters, teens consuming too much salt may increase their chances of a heart attack or a stroke.
Kim Hutcherson explains how the spice could hurt.
Adolescents who consume too much salt can damage their blood vessels in ways associated with cardiovascular disease, according to a study by the American Academy of Pediatrics. Specifically, teenagers and adolescents with higher than average sodium consumption showed signs of hardening of the arteries, a known risk factor for heart attack and stroke. Researchers examined 775 participants at an Ohio children's hospital who self-reported their diets. The elasticity of the brachial artery in the upper arm was measured, along with blood flow in the body. Results showed that teenagers who ingested more salt had less elasticity in that artery. Another study, the National Health and Nutrition What We Eat in America survey, found that the average sodium intake for teens aged 14 to 18 was more than 3,500 milligrams a day. The recommendation for most people is only 2,300 milligrams a day. While salt is essential for keeping our bodies functioning properly, too much can be bad. So even teenagers should keep an eye on their salt intake and lay the foundation for a long and healthy life. For today's Health Minute, I'm Kim Hutcherson.
But it tastes so good.
Very difficult. It's true about a lot of things.
I know it is. Moderation, as they say.
Like chocolate cake.
All right, 2 weeks ago, we showed you the first in a two-part Darren Aaron.
She trained hard, and now the time has come. How does Erin do in a Taekwondo competition?
Yeah, let's see if her training paid off.
Well, here we are at 19th Annual Jordan's Invitational Championship.
Tournament day has arrived. I'm one of nearly 200 competitors from our region, including Canada, all gathering at Mount Mansfield Union High to participate in this year's event. I'm in the women's beginner division. We're all white belts. I'm up against Claire and Tanya.
Girl power! Best advice for you, I would say go out there, have fun, let the chips fall where they may, and it's all about, a good, positive experience.
We're competing in 3 different events. Patterns first. That's where we perform a series of moves.
Permission to do Chanji.
Judges are looking at your pace, your focus, scoring each of us immediately after we're done.
Yeah!
Judges score!
8.7, 8.9, 8.3.
Thank you, Erin.
I walked away with a silver medal.
Thank you.
Next up, board breaking. I'd go first in this event.
Whenever I'm ready.
Yes, Erin, go ahead.
All right. You ready?
Breaking the 2 boards with a downward kick.
Nice.
I made it happen on the very first try.
Calling over.
Judges score!
8.9, 9.1, 8.7.
Thank you, Erin.
Tanya and Claire both broke 2 boards as well. Doing so with a side kick. This event was my best, the judges scoring me to a first place finish and a gold medal.
Thank you.
The final event, also the most difficult, sparring.
All right, first time?
Yes.
Competing anyway?
Yes. Well, and yes, all of the above.
While our experience levels matched, we're both white belts.
Competitors ready!
So as you can see, there is a serious height difference between myself and my opponent, Tanya.
Judges, call, point red, go!
Often in Darren Aaron segments, this is where I'd find a way to cheat.
Judges, call, point red.
But this is a true competition, so it's not even an option. Tanya won this one with ease.
Touch gloves.
Claire and Tanya sparred next, with Tanya coming out on top.
First, second, third.
She takes first place, Claire in second, I take third, or, as I prefer to call it,
We're going to call this last one the participation medal because I did just get my butt kicked. But I got a gold board breaking and a silver in my pattern, so we'll take it.
You're watching Local 44 Morning Brew with Brittany Hibbs, Megan Carpenter, and Skytracker meteorologist Amanda Lindquist. This is Local 44 Morning Brew.
A cold front moving through this morning gives us some relief from the heat as we head into the upcoming weekend. And for the first time in a long time, we have 2 dry days, Saturday and Sunday, falling on the weekend. That's crazy. I mean, we've been dealing with a lot of rain so far this spring. There's a lot of rain in the forecast again for next week, but that's next week. This morning, just a couple of sprinkles as that front slides through. Otherwise, the only way you know that front is passing overhead is because we do have an increase in clouds. Temps, we'll start there. 69 right now in Burlington. It's 70 in Middlebury and Rutland. 60 in Saranac Lake. 66 in Plattsburgh. Also 60 in Newport. 74 in Lebanon. Take a good long look at these numbers. This is just about as warm as it gets today. Temps will fall very slowly but surely throughout your Friday, dumping us down to the upper 50s by the time you're headed home this evening. Even colder than that tonight into Saturday. It's going to be downright chilly early tomorrow morning. So clouds increase today first, and then throughout the afternoon those clouds decrease as a ridge of high pressure builds in behind the departing cold front, and some very quiet weather unfolds from there for a couple of days. So how cold does it get tonight? That's the question. Well, we may be in cover your sensitive plants territory across the higher terrain, the Adirondacks, the Green Mountains, the Northeast Kingdom. We're in the low to mid 30s early on Saturday, right around 40 in Montreal and the Champlain Valley and across southern Vermont and southern New Hampshire. Saturday then we rebound from this chilly start to the low 60s. By the afternoon, that's it. It's not all that toasty. We do get a little warmer for Sunday, but Sunday is where clouds start to come back in and showers return. And then next week is not going to look anything like this past week, but rather maybe the beginning of May, where we have an almost daily chance for showers. The one little takeaway here, though, is that we're going to be warmer. So highs will be right around 70 all throughout next week, with nighttime lows in the 50s. So enjoy the dry weekend while we've got it. May take until late afternoon, but we should start to see some more sun again sometime today. Brittany?
All right, thanks, Amanda. Well, in Community Matters tonight at the Vermont Comedy Club, you and your partner in crime can hear your love story told in a completely improvised musical. Joining me this morning are the performers behind Your Love, Our Musical, Rebecca Vigil and Evan Kaufman. Good morning.
Good morning.
Brittany, good morning.
Well, thank you for coming on.
Oh, thanks for having us.
We love talking about what's going on at the Vermont Comedy Club. So why don't you guys tell us a little bit about who you are and what the show's going to be about.
Take it away.
Wow, well, what an existential question
Yeah, no
here,
kidding.
early morning brew. Who are we? Why are we here? We are Your Love, Our Musical. I'm Evan, this is Rebecca.
Hello.
And guys, here's what we're gonna do tonight. What we're gonna do is we select an audience member out of the audience. That's right,
Yeah.
which is usually how it works. A couple, and we ask them about their love story, how they met, what their first date was like, and then we improvise a full musical about their story.
Yeah.
How do you do this? This takes talent.
Yes,
I mean,
we put all of our.
That's why you're the that's why.
Yeah, we're very talented.
Yes.
No, we put all of our talent here because we lack other skills. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Can't memorize lines, can hardly dance,
Yeah, exactly.
can barely sing pre-written. But when we make it up, it's
Oh,
magic.
it's all excused.
How did you, tell me a little bit about yourselves. How did you guys get into this?
Well, we met. We're actually coming up on our 3-year anniversary of the show.
You
That's
are,
right.
Oh, wait, are you guys in a couple?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, no,
All
no,
right.
no, no.
Okay.
No, I am
He's
happily married.
Okay.
And I'm unhappily married.
Yeah.
No, I have a loving boyfriend.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, yes.
I mean, do we swing? Of course.
Of
but-
course, of course,
Of course.
of course. It's the morning show.
This isn't that kind of a show again, remember?
Guys, I am so sorry.
So sorry.
We are fresh off a key party last night. So we met doing improv in New York City,
Yeah.
and we actually knew each other briefly. Rebecca saw me in a show in Boston, actually, weirdly enough, and was like, this guy is great. If only he lived in New York. And then a year later, I walked into a rehearsal room, and there
Yeah.
she was.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
It was like a meet
It
cute
was,
sort of
yeah,
situation.
wow.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
Our
fate
dogs
then.
got tangled in the leash,
Yeah,
and
and
we
that's
spilled
the
coffee.
rest
on
is
each
history.
other.
Improv?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, so very cool. You guys are based out of New York, so have you ever been to Vermont before? Been to the Comedy Club?
Yes, this is our second time at the Vermont
Awesome.
Comedy Club.
That's
It's
right.
a wonderful club. It has some of the best acts in the country come through there, which is awesome because it's also like one of the cutest cities I think we've been to.
Oh, yeah, we love the compliments.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And you're beautiful.
Yes.
You guys are beautiful.
Everyone we've met in Burlington is beautiful, healthy, strong, and wise.
And loves comedy.
People say that a lot and loves comedy,
Yeah,
absolutely.
there we go.
It's true.
So how long, you've got 2 shows coming up tonight. Why don't you tell us how we can get tickets and where?
Fantastic. So we have, I believe it's a 7:30 and a 9:30.
Yeah.
You can go to, if you just Google the Vermont Comedy Club, it'll come up. You can also go to yourloveourmusical.com and
Definitely.
you can buy tickets there. And
If you
you
can't
know,
see us tonight, there are other show times on our website.
That's
things
right.
like that.
You just wander the Burlington local area and just sing at people, which I think is kind of common around here.
Well, we were doing karaoke.
We only have a few seconds left, but
sorry.
we've got, we're going to be doing a performance coming up.
Yes.
And you're going to be asking me some questions.
Yes, you're engaged.
Yes.
Okay, so we want to hear about that, and then we want to do a little snippet of a musical about that.
Okay.
For you.
All
This
right.
is exciting.
I know.
Brittany's
I am
engagement,
excited.
the musical,
But
coming
she's
up.
not going to tell
I'm
us
kind of
during the
nervous.
break.
Yeah, I can't
just so
say
you know.
anything, so you're just going to do it on the spot.
Yes.
Hence
This is a
improv.
Morning Brew exclusive.
Absolutely.
We're excited. All right, well, stick around. We'll be right back.
You're watching Local 44 Morning Brew, local news that matters. You're watching Local 44 Morning Brew, local news that matters to Northern New York, Vermont, and New Hampshire.
All right, welcome back. We're back with Rebecca Vigil and Evan Kaufman from Your Love, Our Musical. They're about to give you a taste of what you can expect at their shows tonight at the Vermont Comedy Club. Okay, so
You're engaged.
I'm engaged.
What is his name?
Steve.
Steve, and what is he
Great
like?
name.
He is a great guy. He's I actually call him by his last name because we met as friends. So I call him Kelson.
So you call him Kelson.
Yes.
And do you have any adjectives like? Is he like a smart guy? Like
super smart.
You're not gonna say
very
he's dumb.
sweet.
Super
dumb.
Yeah. Smart, sweet, any distinct characteristics.
So he's the bobblehead on. He works for Burlington Subaru and the commercials. So he's the bobblehead.
Oh, wonderful.
So does that help you?
That's awesome. I love it.
Okay, no, I'm good.
Okay.
What else?
So any quick adjectives about yourself that I don't know now? You're beautiful. You have a wonderful job here at the Morning Brew, right?
Yes.
Do you have any extracurricular activity?
I'm also a real estate agent.
You're a real estate agent.
Yeah, newly.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I just did a fitness competition.
Oh, fantastic.
So yeah,
This is great.
I work
You
out at
can
the gym
tell
a
you
lot.
look amazing.
Thank you.
You have a varied life.
Yeah, and you seem like a go-getter, yeah?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
great. And how did the engagement story? What was that?
Okay,
How did that
so it was a cold June day.
Okay. That's hilarious.
Right?
Okay.
Really
And
painting the picture.
It was down
here.
at Shelburne Farms, and so he took me there for dinner. He said we were meeting a bunch of people. I had gone to the gym. I hadn't showered. Just thought it was a typical dinner.
Yeah.
And then he took me. Well, it was out. He wanted to go outside and look at the water. It was cold, so I kind of was like, really? We have to go outside? So I was putting up a high maintenance fight.
Happens so many stories.
Yep.
And so then we go out by the water, and he all of a sudden just got down and proposed.
Do you remember anything he said?
No.
I
don't.
Okay, good.
I don't. I don't think he did either.
Yeah, exactly. Just marry me.
Yeah, and then no one ended up coming for the dinner. It was just the two of us,
Oh,
so
wonderful.
it was great.
And how long you been together?
For about 3 years.
Wonderful.
Almost 4, yeah.
All right, so now we're gonna see a snippet of your musical.
Okay, I'm
Enjoy.
excited.
Enjoy.
Okay, cool.
Enjoy.
This is fun.
Whew, gosh. Just that June weather.
It's beautiful out
June
here.
frost.
It's gorgeous, isn't it?
Yeah, you know what they say. Nothing colder than a day in June.
A beautiful June day with a man with no first name.
Anyway, I'm sorry I stink, Kelson. I just got back from the gym. You know I got that competition coming up. Yeah.
Take it easy
Watch
on
it.
me.
You gotta watch it. What are you doing?
When I look at you, as we watch the setting sun,
It's freezing out here.
I begin to think about my future Kels daughters and having some Kels sons. And I love you the most. You are my boo. And with the money I have from my job, I'm gonna get you into the back of a Subaru.
About the road ahead.
Very long roads in Vermont.
I just care about your cute bobblehead. And I know it's our fate.
Such a fate.
To find love and amazing real estate.
My heart shall burns for you. My heart shall burns for you. The name of the town.
Oh, right.
Shall burns for you.
My heart shall burns for you. And I do.
Let us never remember anything we just said.
Oh my God!
Thank you. One more time for Brittany.
Oh my gosh,
On the
you
keys.
guys.
Give it up for Kelson.
Kelson, wherever you are.
Oh, that was great. That was exactly, I think, our love story.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it was wonderful. Let's pull up the information again. Tonight, 7:30 and 9:30 at the Vermont Comedy Club. Thank you guys so much. That was wonderful.
And you're coming
We'll be right
tonight,
back.
yes?
I'm coming,
Okay,
yes.
You're watching Local 44 Morning Brew, local news that matters.
Good morning, it's 8:27. I'm Megan Carpenter.
And I'm Brittany Hibbs. In case you missed it, our own Lauren Maloney got an in-depth look at the man who was first in seniority at the U.S. Senate.
Montpelier-born Patrick Leahy, no stranger to Vermont politics. You can read all about his career in the new biography, Senator Leahy, A Life in Scenes. It's written by State Senator and UVM English professor Phil Baruth.
Brew says the Democratic senator's love of Batman had to be included. His much talked about cameo in The Dark Knight may have surprised some. His role was opposite Heath Ledger's Joker.
I had never met him before, and he was the most down-to-earth person. I mean, this is a tragedy that he died so young. He was a great actor. He'd just done Brokeback Mountain before that. In fact, they enlarged this particular Batman movie. Once they saw how good he was in it, they enlarged his part.
Now, to see Lauren's full report on the life of Leahy, just head to our website, mychamplainvalley.com. Now we go over to meteorologist Amanda Lindquist, who's got our forecast.
Thank you, Brittany. And for many, it actually started out as a sunny morning, but clouds have taken over. Those clouds, a sign that the cold front is swinging through the actual boundary itself. Yesterday's storms were prefrontal storms. They were out ahead of the front. Now the front works its way from northwest to southeast. We will get back to some sunshine. It just may not be until this evening. It's going to take that long for the front to make all of its mark on our area. Temps are going to drop very slowly and steadily throughout the day, so it's not a huge dive, but we go from right around 70 this morning to maybe around 60, if not the mid to upper 50s by the drive home later on this evening. Continuing to fall from there. We're in the 30s, about 40 as you're waking up tomorrow morning. Northwest wind, 10 to 15 miles per hour.
From WFFF, this is Local 44 Morning Brew.
Good morning. It's Friday, May 19th. Welcome to the Local 44 Morning Brew. I'm Brittany Hibbs, joined by Megan Carpenter and meteorologist Amanda Lindquist. Good morning.
All right, here's proof that you're never too old to learn something new. A 105-year-old woman just graduated from high school.
Wow, that's awesome.
That is quite an accomplishment. And at the box office, our film critic Julia Swift is here to review their finest before you head to the movies this weekend.
Good stuff left for the last half hour of the Morning Brew.
I know.
Some good stuff left in the forecast for this weekend.
For sure.
A little cooler, not quite the heat that we saw the last couple of days. For some, it's a good thing. For some, it's a bad thing. Your last little taste of mild temps, so that's outside right now. So we're right around 70 in the Champlain Valley, and Burlington at 69. It is 72 in Middlebury, 70 in Rutland, and in Springfield as well. 68 in Montpelier, 64 in St. Jay, 60 in Newport, Plattsburgh's at 66. Messina, cool 51 degrees, 55 in Montreal. The 50s are going to take over this map by this evening. So temps will fall instead of climbing throughout the day. Also today, clouds have increased in the last couple of hours. If you're saying, what happened to the sun? I woke up with, it'll be back. Those clouds are again going to clear out. Sunny skies taken over. Just might not be until late this afternoon and into this evening. The cold front is moving through from those clouds, maybe a couple of sprinkles. Wind out of the northwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour. The wind's a lot calmer over the weekend, and there are pretty much no clouds to worry about for Saturday. It's just still cool. Highs in low 60s there. Milder by Sunday, low 70s, but clouds increase throughout the day, and we have rain on the way Sunday night. Megan and Brittany?
All right, thanks, Amanda. In Consumer Matters, we're getting behind the wheel of one of the most in-demand trucks on the market.
Gary Castillo goes off-roading in Colorado for this week's Car Report.
Pigs still can't fly, but diesel pickups can.
This is the Chevrolet Colorado ZR2, the most extreme pickup Chevrolet has ever made. And it used to sell one that was literally called the Extreme. It's an off-road high-performance machine that you can get with either a 308 horsepower gas V6 or, yes, a 4-cylinder turbo diesel engine. But it's a different kind of compression that makes this special.
The $41,000 ZR2 features a unique suspension that's wider than a regular Colorado's and kept in check by the first off-road application of spool valve dampers, which were originally developed for Formula One and Indy cars. They feature spring-activated valves that make them more precise and less susceptible to overheating than many traditional shocks, and offer 2 stages of damping and rebound that let the ZR2 soak up rough terrain.
First time you see a jump, you brace and clench for impact, but then you go up over it, hit the other side and realize you did not have to. It's like landing on a brown pillow.
A Ford Raptor might beat it in a high jump competition, but nothing in the mid-size pickup class can match it. And while the responsive V6 is better for playing trophy truck in the twisties, the diesel is just as happy to get some air.
The shocks really let this dive into a turn like a sports car, and they control the body in the middle of it, so when you get back on the power, you do a nice dirty drift.
They give the ZR2 great on-road ride and handling for an off-road or two, and still provide enough articulation to get down some serious trails where the Colorado small size lets it squeeze through spots where a full-size pickup could not tread.
This truck is really happy taking things slow. It's the only Colorado with front and rear locking differentials, plus one in the middle. It has a 2-inch lift, that cool-looking cutaway front bumper to make the most of it. And the diesel engine really comes into its own here. That smooth, powerful torque delivery, just the thing for crawling over rocks. Although, to be honest with you, I'd rather be flying over them.
In Gateway, Colorado, Gary Gastelou, Fox News.
A Japanese billionaire paid the highest price ever at an auction for a painting by an American artist. $110.5 million for this painting.
And a half. That tops the $105 million, no half, paid in 2013 for an Andy Warhol painting.
The sale of the picture at Sotheby's in New York puts it in an elite club. Only 10 other works have sold for more than $100 million.
And here's an interesting fact. The last time this painting was sold in 1984, the painting sold for only $19,000.
Oh,
It's
wow.
an interesting painting, though.
It is, yeah.
And members of Congress from opposing parties have been at each other's throats lately.
So a little bipartisan comic relief is getting praise on social media.
Jeannie Moose has more on the photo of 2 opposing senators that's behind the humor.
They're the metaphorical Cheech and Chong.
That looks like a quarter pounder, man.
Of the U.S. Senate, bipartisan Cheech and Chong. Republican Senator Ben Sasse, who just finished a workout, and Democrat Chuck Schumer, holding his fingers as if he were holding, well, let's let Senator Sasse describe it in a tweet. Holy moly, it looks like Senator Schumer and I are smoking reefer outside a wedding. To which Senator Schumer replied with a line from Anchorman.
That escalated quickly.
Escalated into viral fame, as Senator Sasse told Glenn Beck.
Somebody handed me a Photoshop version of it that has Schumer with a huge joint in his hand in the photo now.
One conservative website started a caption contest, attracting entries like, "Bartender, I'll have a double." Many seem to think it was nice to have you guys providing a bipartisan laugh during these grim days. while others couldn't get over Sass's use of the word reefer, as in the 1936 cult classic.
Smoking the soul-destroying reefer, they find a moment's pleasure, but at a terrible price.
Sass may have been using reefer ironically. He's savvy enough to do a Dave's Not Here imitation from Cheech and Chong.
Open up, man. It's me, Dave.
One constituent tweeted, "Maybe y'all should try that. Might be amazed what you would get done," suggesting a little reefer madness might counteract the political madness in Washington. Jeannie Mo, CNN, New York.
My name is Joe Biden. I love ice cream.
And from that to this. Wow.
Former Vice President Joe Biden's enthusiasm for ice cream has been the subject of countless memes and jokes on social media. And now Biden is getting his own ice cream flavor. Of course he is.
He sure is. Cornell Dairy is creating a vanilla-based chocolate chip-filled ice cream ahead of Biden's convocation speech at Cornell later this month. The school's newspaper reports old-fashioned chocolate chip is Biden's favorite.
So he's not getting a new flavor.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right?
the flavor is chocolate chip, but that's still cool.
Yeah. The idea came from an intern at Cornell Dairy Processing Plant. Students will vote on a name for the flavor. That'll be the fun part, probably. Right. The more creative part.
I thought it was called Joe Biden.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
It's
So
chocolate
confused.
chip, though, just to be clear. A high school diploma is a big milestone for students across the country. And for one woman, reaching that feat took decades. But at 105 years old, Teresa Brandel finally has her high school diploma.
Yesterday, family and friends gathered in Oakdale, Pennsylvania, where she was handed her high school diploma.
Afterwards, a big celebration was held to celebrate the big day. So, of course, this question always gets asked. What is her secret for living long?
Just living.
I saw her in her cap and gown.
Watching ball games and football games.
Nice. Love it.
Awesome.
Amanda, that's going to be you.
Yeah, right?
She currently lives in a personal care home. The graduation was organized by Twilight Wish, a foundation that celebrates seniors and makes their dreams come true.
Although I feel like some of the teams I watch, it actually takes years off my life.
Right, yeah.
That's also true.
Well, there's a space war in theaters this weekend.
Yeah, between current box office champ Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 and director Ridley Scott's Alien Covenant. So who will come out on top?
Okay, here's Adam Housley.
Groot, put your seatbelt on! There's a space war at the multiplex this weekend between current box office champ Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 and director Ridley Scott's Alien Covenant. The sixth film in the blockbuster franchise takes place on board a colony ship bound for a remote planet. When the crew wakes up early, they redirect to an uncharted world with some unwelcoming creatures. This film was also a sequel to 2012's Prometheus.
Who's excited about the Great Heffley Road Trip?
A kid-friendly option is Diary of a Wimpy Kid: The Long Haul. In this one, the Heffley family goes on a road trip that goes way off course.
You're really different than I thought you were going to be.
Also skewing to a young crowd is Everything, Everything, about a severely allergic teenager whose sheltered life changes when she falls for the boy next door.
I got it man down.
John Cena's military drama The Wall is opening wider. He plays a spotter who gets trapped along with his sniper after both get shot by an Iraqi sharpshooter.
This is great news.
Indie films include The Lovers, a romantic comedy starring Deborah Winger and Tracy Letts. Chuck is the real story of the man who inspired the Rocky films. Eva Longoria stars in Lowriders, and there's the Israeli hit The Wedding Plan. So we're saving the galaxy again? Yep. And they're all going up against Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, which has made nearly $650 million worldwide in just under 2 weeks of release. Awesome! In Hollywood, Adam Housley, Fox News.
You're watching Local 44 Morning Brew with Brittany Hibbs, Megan Carpenter, and Skytracker meteorologist Amanda Lindquist. This is Local 44 Morning Brew. Now your Skytracker forecast with meteorologist Amanda Lindquist.
Well, although a lot of us started out the day with sunny skies, it quickly turned cloudy, and clouds will continue to fill in from northwest to southeast as a cold front follows in that same direction. Those clouds also producing a couple of showers right now over northern Vermont. They're very light, just a few sprinkles. We've had a couple of rounds move through the Champlain Valley. We've also had a few showers in north central Vermont and into the Northeast Kingdom too, but it's not much more than a sprinkle, really. And as we get into this afternoon, clouds will begin to decrease again, and we'll find some more sun. High pressure takes over, and it sticks around for the weekend. Both days this weekend looking A-OK. Finally, for maybe the first time this spring, if my memory fails me, I'm sorry, but I can say it's dry and it's sunny and it's nice, both Saturday and Sunday. Nice little treat. Next week, though, the rain is back, and it's back almost every single day, and that starts on Sunday night. So we'll focus on the good here, and that is going to be your Friday evening. A little on the cool side. The heat is gone. Clouds will continue to decrease this afternoon following that cold front, and temperatures fall from right around 70 through the 60s, and then tonight through the 50s, and for some all the way down to the 30s. It's going to be a chilly start on Saturday. We're talking low to mid 30s for the Green Mountains in the Northeast Kingdom and the Adirondacks as well. Upper 30s in the St. Lawrence Valley, right around 40 in the Champlain Valley and across southern Vermont into southern New Hampshire. So after severe storms and record-breaking heat the last couple of days, now we have to mention the potential for patchy frost in the higher terrain as Saturday morning unfolds. Saturday afternoon, though, we are mostly sunny. Still on the cool side, low 60s is as warm as it gets on Saturday. Sunday is a touch milder, right around 70. Sunday night is when the first round of rain moves in. And just like we saw last week and the week before, so not this week, but 2 weeks ago, we had that Great Lakes flow that kind of parked itself overhead and brought us several rounds of showers. That's what's happening again next week. So Sunday night into Monday, it's raining. It's raining again by Wednesday and Thursday, but at least it will be warmer than the beginning of May. Temps are going to hold pretty steady with nighttime lows in the low 50s and daytime highs right around 70.
Nice.
Very nice.
I like
excited for this, yeah.
The Preakness countdown is on, and all eyes are on Always Dreaming.
The Kentucky Derby winner is just one horse in the field for the second leg of racing's Triple Crown.
Corinne Caffa is at the race course where Preakness festivities kick into high gear today ahead of the big race tomorrow.
Saturday's Preakness has its own special place in the Triple Crown.
This is what makes the Preakness so much fun, because we have the Kentucky Derby winner, and there's still hopes in the air of potentially a Triple Crown winner, Always Dreaming.
The middle race, just shy of the Derby's distance at 1 3/16 miles. Maryland Jockey Club racing analyst Gabby Gaudette says a winning run at Pimlico has some secrets.
Pimlico has been known as kind of a track that is kind to horses who are more forwardly placed, even closer to the rails, so that's obviously something that is going through the jockey's mind. But once you get to big races, the Preakness Stakes, it's really just working out the right trip and listening to your horse.
The main event lasts only about 2 minutes. The celebrations well before and after.
A little bit of rye whiskey.
Where Kentucky serves up juleps, Preakness has Black-Eyed Susans, named after Maryland's state flower.
This cocktail's been around for quite a long time. I think the idea was that it was an easy cocktail for anyone to reproduce, something that was pretty accessible.
And like the Derby, it's time to dress up.
So this is a classic women's Derby hat.
So at Hats in the Belfry in Baltimore's Fells Point, it's peak week.
This is our busiest week of the year. Most people tend to come in, beginning of May through this Friday to get their hats.
After a muddy Derby, hoping Preakness hats and horses are under sunny skies. At Pimlico Racecourse in Baltimore, I'm Karen Kafa.
You think your dog has its bad moments, it's probably nothing compared to this. Take a look. Surveillance video captured this scene at a Dollar General store in California. A dog stealing a loaf of bread.
So
Pretty
bad.
funny.
Yeah.
A clerk tried unsuccessfully to take the bread back. I still cannot figure out why. Are they going to put it back on the shelf to sell after the dog bit into it?
Well, just give it to him.
I guess we'll never know whether the owner told the dog to fetch.
True.
Right.
Yeah.
True.
The suspect, in case you're wondering, is described as a white and gray husky. If you see this suspect, call police immediately.
And cuddle him.
Yes. And snuggle him and give him lots of love and more bread. It is 8:47 at the box office. Is up next.
You're watching Local 44 Morning Brew, local news that matters. You're watching Local 44 Morning Brew, local news that matters.
Dunkirk film, scene 17, take 1. Good luck, Lieutenant Lumbeck. Action! Here, boy. Here. Come on, boy. Don't be a fool, Johnny. There's a sniper out there, and he's got a friend. It's a Carabiner 9A Kurtz. Best gun since the Hester 73.
I'm most awfully sorry. I'm afraid I've lost my line.
Cut.
That's their finest.
Time for At the Box Office. We are with Champlain College film professor Julia Swift reviewing
Their Finest. So Their Finest is a film about a group of filmmakers in England during the Second World War. And, you know, during the Second World War, a lot of the men went off to fight. And so women were left behind, and some of them took over roles that normally would be had by men.
Right.
And so this is a film about a secretary who gets to become a screenwriter during the Second World War. And that scene you just saw is so that their job is to create a film that will appeal to both the British audience and the American audience, but they very specifically want to get the American audience to be for going into the war, right? This is when America wasn't in the war yet. So they are making a film as a piece of propaganda and as something artistic, right? They're sort of trying to combine both. So they have this American soldier, and they're like, he'll be the hero, and he'll make Americans think we want to go into the war, and of course he's horrible. So but the film is really so beautifully shot, which is surprising because the director was part of a movement called Dogma 95. She's a Danish filmmaker, and in 1995, a group of Danish filmmakers got together and started a group called Dogma 95 that was against any gimmicks in filmmaking. And she was one of the few female filmmakers who was part of that movement. And so she came to prominence by doing these films that didn't use, they had to be in the here and now. They couldn't be period pieces like this. That didn't use special effects, that didn't use extra lighting. And this is so produced. It's like the exact opposite of that. And like that shot you just saw, I mean, of the, you know, when we see the vistas of the water.
Right.
It's like you couldn't make them more beautiful and fake sometimes, but fake in a nostalgic, beautiful kind of way. And so I think it really works, but it's surprising coming from her. So I think I really enjoyed this film. It brought me back into a world, the world of World War II and into England during that time. It's also, so there has that nostalgic, but it also is a film about filmmaking. And it's a film about mostly script writing and about why choices are made and how choices are made and how much a studio gets involved. In this case, the studio is partly the government, which adds an extra layer. How much actors get involved and what it's like on the set for a screenwriter. So it's actually very fascinating purely from that point of view. And then you add on, there's a romance and there's comedy. Bill Nighy's in it, who's just hysterical and fabulous. And he plays, you know, this aging star, and this is his last chance, you know, and he has to play an old man, which he's not happy about. And but he is just hysterical, and anytime he comes on screen, you know, he just owns it. He's so freaking amazing. And I was looking him up. He's done like 138 films. You know, he's just but he works in this also because it's England at that time. And it's trying to, you know, reach out to the Americans, and it's a really interesting, you know, what is propaganda and what is art, and can something be both? And in a way, you could even think of this film as that, right? Like, is it trying to bring countries together or keep them apart? Is it saying something about war? Is it? So, is there such a thing as art that's not propaganda? All of these issues are raised.
And there you have it. Their finest.
You're watching Local 44 Morning Brew.
Good morning, it's 8:56. I'm Megan Carpenter.
And I'm Brittany Hibbs. We're joined by meteorologist Amanda Lindquist. So we want to thank you for joining us this morning and for giving in all your feedback that you've sent in through email as well.
Yeah, we're very glad you can join us on Local 22 News this morning and the Local 44 Morning Brew. We hope you have as much fun as we do.
And if you have any comments, concerns, news tips, send them our way. You can just email us at news@mychamplainvalley.com or You can also send us a Facebook message, Local 22, Local 44. That's our Facebook page.
Yep, we all read those too. So yes, please send them in. All right, hey, we're in a great mood because it's Friday, but also the weather is spectacular.
Both
Double
things.
yes.
Yeah, today clouds have rolled in the last couple of hours, but they're really not going to be around for that long. You'll find plenty of sun this weekend if you don't see as much as you would like today. For example, temperatures are going to fall throughout the day, so if you have plans this evening, maybe to head out to the Comedy Club or the first Arts Riot truck stop of the year, it's going to be a little on the cool side, upper 50s. So the mildest part of the day, that's right now, this morning. As we head into Saturday morning, temps are bottoming out in the 30s or low 40s and only managing to climb to the low 60s on Saturday. But Saturday is sunshine-filled, bright blue sky overhead. Looking good. Even Sunday is a dry day, but there will be more clouds throughout the day on Sunday with a chance for rain by Sunday night into Monday. Next week, this is a familiar forecast for us. It's soggy, but it's warmer than earlier on in May, the last time we had this kind of pattern.
Got it. All right. Okay, we
Take the good with the bad.
Yeah, no kidding.
Right.
We will too. That's all right. Well, thanks so much for starting your day with us, everyone. Have a super duper weekend. We'll see you back here Monday.